All right, everyone. So in this lesson, I'm going to be talking about how to set up your Facebook ads retargeting funnel. So first off, I want to give you an overview of what the funnel is going to look like, your overall funnel on Facebook ads when you're running ads for e-commerce. And so the top of the funnel is the cold traffic. Cold traffic means people who don't know about your brand, you've never interacted with them, they've never ordered from you or visited your website, anything like that, right? And so this is the top of the funnel. This is the largest group of people that you're targeting in your ads. And so this includes interest audiences, lookalike audiences, right? These are the main cold traffic audiences that you're going to use is interest audiences and lookalike audiences. Now, warm traffic is out of all these people that you targeted, right, that you showed ads to, how many people actually showed interest in your product? So this includes people who actually watched your videos, like 95% video viewers, right? This is warm traffic because they're not cold traffic. They've already seen your videos, right? They know, they should have an idea by now who you are, but they haven't really shown direct interest. That's what hot traffic would be. But warm is in the middle of the funnel, right? People who've they've shown some interest, they've watched your videos, engaged with your posts, but they haven't taken action and gone on your website. So this is warm traffic in the middle here. Now, the smallest group is hot traffic, and this is also the highest return on investment group of people that you can target, because these are people that show direct interest in your product, right? People who've been on your website before but haven't bought, or people who added to cart, even past buyers, right? People who've bought from you in the past, that's hot traffic. They already know who you are, they've showed direct interest, and so those are the highest ROI people that you can target. And so this is what your funnel is going to look like. The majority of your ad spend is going to go to cold traffic, right? Interest audiences and lookalike audiences, people who don't know about your brand. Out of those people, some of them will get funneled down into the warm traffic, people who actually, show interest, they watch your videos, they engage with your posts. And out of those people, some will get funneled down to your website who actually show direct interest in your product and actually, and some of them will actually buy. And so your goal with retargeting is to keep retargeting the warm and hot audiences until you funnel them all the way down until they purchase. So until they purchase, you want to keep showing these people ads. And so that's what retargeting is. So when is the right time to launch retargeting? What I would recommend is to launch your warm retargeting campaign. And I'm going to show you how to set up both warm and hot retargeting campaigns. I would recommend launching your warm retargeting campaign once you hit 95% video viewers in the last 7 days, over 5,000. So once you get over 5,000, 95% video viewers in the last 7 days, that's a good enough warm audience that you should launch a warm retargeting campaign. Now for hot retargeting, for website retargeting, once you get at least 1,000 website visitors in the last 7 days, right? So 1,000 website visitors in the last 7 days, that's a good hot audience, and so you should start really retargeting that. And so this is when I'd recommend launching retargeting. For warm, once you have over 5,000, 95% video viewers, and for hot, once you have 1,000 or more website visitors. And you can estimate these metrics using the ad manager columns, right? You can just go to your lifetime stats and then look at how many 95% video viewers you have, how many website visitors you have. And based on that, you can decide when you should launch your retargeting. Now, to launch your retargeting, you're going to need to create custom audiences. And so custom audiences, I'm sure most of you know about this, but they automatically update with your pixel data. So you create them once and then Facebook automatically refreshes that audience as it gets new data based on who is in your audiences. And so you want to create all of these audiences here. I listed them all here. So you want to create, and the number here, so you can just pause and create all of these audiences. And the number here after the name is the number of days. When you create a custom audience, it asks to select a specific time frame. And so this is last 7 days, almost all of them are last 7 days. And then this one is the last 30 days. And so these are all the audiences that you need to create to set up your retargeting funnel the way that I'm going to show you in a second here. So once you've created all of this, you can move on to the next step. So creating your warm retargeting campaign. This is what your warm retargeting campaign is going to look like. So campaign warm retargeting. You want this to be website conversions purchase because you're going to get a lot of people in this warm audience and you want to pick out the best people using purchase optimization. So warm retargeting purchase campaign, and then starting budget $10 to $20 or more. So start with a low budget and then you want to increase it based on the results. So start small and then gradually increase if it's doing well. Now for the ad sets instead of your campaign, you want to have there's two important ad sets that you want to have, and then this one is optional. So the first one is 95% video viewers in the last 7 days. And so you want to select the custom audience for 95% video viewers as you're targeting, leave everything else blank, the age, gender, all of that. You want to leave everything blank. Leave countries and locations blank. And then automatic placements. You just do auto placements. And then these are the exclusions. This is important to exclude all of this properly so that our retargeting campaigns don't have any overlap. And so these are all the exclusions that you need to exclude at the custom audience level. So it lets you exclude custom audiences. You can exclude all of these: website visitors in the last 7 days, Facebook and Instagram post engagement in the last 7 days, purchasers in the last 30 days. You want to exclude all of these here. Now, the second ad set is 75% video viewers. And I put here, you want to only launch this if the 95% video viewers is profitable. So you don't want to launch this right away. You want to launch only the 95% video viewers. And then if the 95% video viewers is really profitable after a few days, then you can expand on this by targeting more video viewers, the ones that only watched up to 75. Or the ones that watched less than 95%, but at least 75%. And so if this is profitable, you want to launch this. And this one is almost the exact same thing. You select the custom audience. So you select 75% video viewers. And then it's all the same exclusions as the first one, but you also want to exclude 95% video viewers because we're already targeting them here. And so this is exactly how you want to set it up and only launch it if this one is profitable. Now, the third one, you want to launch this right away. And so this is Facebook and Instagram post and ad engagement. So people who commented on your ad, people who tagged friends and such like that. These people are, they know your product, and it's very likely that they're interested if they're commenting on your ads, right? And so I like to separate this from just the 95% video viewers, and that's why I exclude it in both these ad sets here. And then, so for this one, you just want to select both custom audiences. There's a custom audience for Facebook engagement. There's one for Instagram engagement. You want to select both of those here. Leave everything else blank or default, and then automatic placements. And then for the exclusions, you only want to exclude website visitors in the last 7 days and purchasers in the last 7 days, because we're going to retarget these people already with our hot retargeting campaign. And so this is exactly how you want to set up your warm retargeting. This is exactly how I set it up. And you want to use multiple ads per ad sets, ideally. Multiple different formats. This works best. For retargeting, you don't want to just show them the exact same ad as you're showing them for cold traffic. And so just put all the different ads that you have, almost like test a lot of different ads and put multiple different ads. You can have 10 ads per ad set in here if you want. Facebook is automatically going to pick the best one based on the data that it collects. And so I wrote here, use different formats. For example, vertical videos, image ads, carousel ads, testimonials. You can test all of these different formats for retargeting to see what works after they've already seen your cold traffic ad. What's the next logical step? What's the next logical ad that they should see? And the only way that you're going to find that out is by testing a lot of different things and see what works best. And so that's how you set up warm retargeting. I hope that makes sense. And I'm going to move on to hot retargeting now. So hot retargeting. So this is what it looks like. I set up a graph once again. So you want to set up a new campaign separate from the warm campaign. Hot retargeting. This is, once again, website conversions purchase campaign. And your starting budget, $10 to $20. Same thing. You want to start it small and then gradually increase it based on the results, right? And as your retargeting audiences grow, as you get more people in those retargeting audiences, you want to keep scaling that budget, but you want to start small. So $10 to $20 to start. And then you have two ad sets in here. So the first ad set is just website visitors in the last 7 days. So you want to just select that custom audience, website visitors in the last 7 days, select everything else, leave everything else blank, automatic placements, and then the exclusions are add to cart in the last 7 days and purchase in the last 7 days, because we don't want to retarget people who already bought, especially not like people who just bought, right? Because they're going to be annoyed if we keep spamming their ad and they haven't, if we keep spamming them with ads and they haven't received their product. And so, website visitors here, and then exclude add to cart 7, purchase in the last 30 days. And then the second ad set is add to cart. So that's why we excluded it here. The second ad set is add to cart in the last 7 days. And then you want to select the custom audience. Once again, leave everything else blank, automatic placements, and you only have to exclude purchase in the last 30 days here. And so once you have both that warm retargeting and that hot retargeting set up, you're gonna be targeting all of the warm audiences with no overlap. Basically, all the warm and hot audiences, you'll be targeting them with zero overlap between your campaigns. And so this is what you want in order to get the best results. And so once again, you want to use multiple formats here, multiple ads per ad set. Test a ton of different ads in here, see what works. Usually for retargeting, for hot retargeting, what works really well is just a carousel of your product with a discount. some testimonials, image ads. Test all of these, and you just want to add a bunch of ads to each ad set, and then you can pause the bad ads as you start to get some data. I also wrote discounts work well here, right? If they were on your website and they didn't buy, one of the main objections that people have is that it's too expensive. So if you offer them a small discount, that might just give them that extra push that they need to finish their purchase. And so discounts work well in retargeting here. And I added, just take your customers on a journey with your funnel. Be creative, right? You just think about the funnel, right? The first ad they're going to see is cold traffic, and then you want to think, if I was that person, I first saw that ad and then I didn't buy, what's like the next ad that I would want to see that would convince me to buy, right? If you just show them the same ad over and over again, that's not going to work well. So test different ads, take them through a journey. Your ads should reflect at which part of the funnel they're in, right? And so these are all things to keep in mind. And I hope that makes sense. Just a few quick notes about scaling retargeting. Like I said, you want to start off with a small budget and then increase based on how well it's doing. And so the main things you want to look at is the frequency and the return on ad spend. The most important is the return on ad spend, right? And so as long as the ROAS is really good, just keep scaling it gradually, 20 to 100% based on how well it's doing, right? If it's doing really, really well, then you can just double the budget, 100% increase. If it's doing, well, and you think you could spend a little bit more, just increase 20%. Just keep increasing the budget every 2-3 days, as long as the ROAS holds up, right? Once you start seeing a decline in ROAS, then you should stop trying to increase it. And another interesting metric that you can keep track of is the frequency. What the frequency tells you is each person that was shown your ad, how many times on average did they see it in the time frame that you have selected. So if you're looking at today's data and your retargeting campaign has a frequency of 2, that means that each person who's seen your ad today, on average, has seen it twice already. And so you can keep track of that to see, how much you're spamming your retargeting audiences, right? If you have a frequency at like 10 or something, that means you are completely spamming your audiences and you should lower the budget. For me, I usually see the frequency around 2 on the day, right? So for my website retargeting, I see my frequency at around 2 or less on the day. I don't go above 2 frequency on the day. So just to show you an example of this in a real ads manager. So this is an ad account for the case study store, actually, the case study that is in the next module. And so if I go, so these are today's stats, as you can see, 2.93 return on ad spend, quite profitable day. And then if I go to search ad filters, I'm just going to select the warm campaign. So campaign name contains warm. So this is the warm retargeting campaign. And if you see, I'll go to lifetime. You'll see that it spent $6.6 thousand for a 2.2 return on ad spend. So I can show you exactly how I set this up. This is exactly what I was telling you. I have a few different 95% video viewers ad sets here that are turned off because I recreated the 95% video viewers audience once I got new videos. And so I recreated the audience, I turned it off, and I just made a duplicate ad set. So I'm still running the 95% video viewers retargeting here, as you can see. And I'm also, I had Facebook engagement. This is the second ad set that I recommend making for warm retargeting. And this one wasn't doing very well, so I turned it off. And I still haven't launched the 75% video viewers retargeting because this audience is quite large. You can see that my frequency is only at 2.0. If I go to today, the frequency is only 1.22 for my warm retargeting. So I could probably scale this campaign a lot more. Now, if I go back outside and I go to hot, campaign names contain hot, this is the hot retargeting. And so I tested a reach retargeting campaign instead of website conversions. It really didn't do well, so I still recommend doing website conversions, purchase for retargeting. And then if I go inside of here, you'll see this is exactly what I was describing to you. So I have one ad set for website visitors, one ad set for add to cart, and with the exclusions that I showed in the graph. Now, if I go to the lifetime stats, you'll see this is a very profitable campaign, right? It spent $6,000 to generate back $24,000. And so this is why you want to set up retargeting. And let's look at the frequency today. So you can see the frequency is right about 2, right? And this is what I say. I try to not go above a 2 frequency, and so I wouldn't try to scale the budget of this campaign right now. I just leave it at 175, even though the ROAS is really good. And so, yeah, that's how I set up my retargeting campaigns. I hope that gives you a clear idea. Most of the time, retargeting should be profitable. These are your warm audiences. This is the highest ROI audiences I explained at the start. And so if this isn't profitable, there's a problem, and you should probably try to fix it because you're going to miss out on a lot of money. And so the main thing that I would recommend is test different creatives. Like I said, people don't want to just be spammed with the same ad over and over again. Give them more reasons to buy your product. Give them Tell them about your shipping in some of the ads. Offer them discounts, show them testimonials. You can do all of these different things and see what works, see what gets people to buy in your retargeting funnel. So keep trying different creatives until you find something that works for retargeting. And like I said, just a simple carousel ad with a discount usually will work really good. And beyond 7 days, what do you do beyond 7 days for retargeting? So this setup is meant to retarget just for 7 days, right? Everything was in the last 7 days. So it's a 7-day retargeting funnel. If after 7 days, people stop watching your ads or they stop clicking on your website, they're not going to see any more ads from you. And so this is intentional, right? Because in my opinion, after that point, if after 7 days of you showing them ads every day, they don't buy, it's probably a lost cause. And so you should just let them go. But retargeting beyond this can still be very, very valuable, especially for sale events. So for example, if it's Black Friday and you've been running ads for a while on a brand and you have these really, really large warm audiences from the past 180 days, you can use these, right? Because you're not using them at all most of the time. You're only targeting 7 days. And so what you can do is you can create the same hot and warm retargeting campaigns, but instead of using 7 days, use 180 days and exclude all the last 7 days, right? And so you'd be retargeting people from the 7 to 180 days. And so you can do this for sale events like Black Friday, run this campaign for 2-3 days, super high budget, and get creatives made specifically for that sale event. And that can work really, really well. Hot and warm audiences are really, really good for sale events. And so this is when I'd recommend retargeting beyond 7 days is for sale events like Black Friday. All right, so that is it for this lesson on setting up your retargeting funnel. I hope that makes sense, and I hope you guys get a good conceptual overview of what a funnel looks like and how to set up your retargeting funnel. And you can follow exactly, just pause the video on the graphs where I show you exactly how to set up the campaign, and then you can just do the same thing inside of your ads manager. And so, yeah, I hope you enjoyed this lesson, and I'll see you in the next one.